Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties, all kinds of difficulties this morning. I'm actually awake really early, but sometimes mornings I try to pack an awful lot in, and then when extra things come in, it's so crazy. But we're gonna move with this is our get ready for the day routine where we do a head to toe, get your body moving, get your blood flowing so you can face the day a little more awake, a little more alive. And so this is when you don't have a lot of time. Sometimes you have to rush through it. But I do want to do a little bit of a dance technique at the end. Just kind of a simple thing just to practice. And um, then we're going to do a little bit of silent pajama. That's my other device somewhere else. All right. I can't really see it comes today, but if you want to write us anything, I can see that remarks. So if you want to send that over, so cool with that too. All right, so the gluing, suctioning your feet to the ground, like, and I want you to pull your core tight, also pull your butt tight. Like you're sucking everything in, like, and keeping that up tight, then moving your knees a little bit, just loosening them. I have to change direction so you can see it's not really knee bend, it's just a loosening. The initial, get your knees going. Because what we do today, we are going to have to use for, so we don't want to neglect that. And do at least one before. And closing your hands, your toes too, if you can, and then fanning them out. Closing them up and fanning them out. And moving your wrist to the side. Bring them up and down. And bend from the elbows straight at your side. And now we bend them to 90 degrees, lifting up from your elbows. Let your elbows lead the movement, then back down, and drop your hands to the other side, lifting them to about 90 degrees, and trying to open them like wings, and back down, and up your hands, lifting them to about 90. Movement comes from your elbows. Everything else can be soft. It can be like spaghetti. From this elbows starting to lift your arm. Movement comes from there. And then we're gonna bring them forward about 90, straighten them out, coming back, and put them down. And lifting them up so they're about 90, stretching them to the front, coming back, and down. So when you stretch to the front, you let your elbow strength in place, coming back, and down. So if I let us write it, this is the beginner routine, and we hop right back on again to do a more intermediate routine, which might be very, very quick today. So sorry about that. Okay, so it's not up and down, but I do want to just pack in one exercise for technique at the end. I like to do a little bit of technique on Fridays. And so I can move back and forth. Going back to neutral. I'm gonna keep everything still except for my shoulders, which are gonna tilt from side to side. So this is really, really just upper body here. I'm sorry if I'm not seeing your comments that far away. I was trying to get it up on the big screen, but it didn't work out for me this morning. Now stretch forward. If you can grab your elbows if you can. Have something uh, a little bit further away, whatever you can clasp here. And I want you to lean forward. I want you to play your core tonight and lean forward a little from your upper body. And I want you to try and join your shoulders together a little bit. So what I want you to feel here is a little stretch in your upper back. Feel that inner flex. And grab here. But you want to have the feeling like your shoulders are turning right in the middle. And your arms can help you with that. Pull your core tight. You want to just do your upper spine. Relax your head. I'm trying to feel that. Yeah. Pull your shoulders back. And one just to the sky. Roll your shoulders back. Just up to the sky. And river fireflies as you go about your day. Whatever you think of it, whatever the usual stuff. Oh, roll your shoulders back. Give yourself that posture. Start to get that muscle memory moving so that the more you do this, you'll be surprised at how that kind of snowballs to remember more frequently and to give you a much better posture over the course of months. All right, so we're going to go right down to our knees. Now, we're just going to do the halfway bend, not the deep one today, but you tighten up your legs and knees go right over your toes. So you may have to adjust your alignment a little bit. Your toes. And then to come down, we're going to push the ground away from us to come up. And all the time, so you want your head to be flat here, like you've got books balanced on it. A book. They're not books. Okay, so tighten your legs. And these are going over your toes. And when you get to your halfway, this is like just medium bend. Push the ground away from you. Push it away. And come up. So come up. We're doing this today. So we can tighten everything, tighten your core, tighten your glutes. Nice posture. And tightening up your legs. Knees going over your toes, getting to wherever your medium is. And that's what we're going to use for the technique today too. Push the ground away from you. And tightening everything here. Tighten your core, glutes. Nice posture. And dip your legs. Knees down over your toes. Get to medium. And push the ground away, push it away. Now, everything tight here. Posture. Let's tighten your knees going over the toes. And push the ground away from you. Like you're going straight into the sky. Don't lose your book. Up, straighten, everything tight. Your posture. Last one. Knees going right into your toes. Tighten your legs. And get to the bottom without your book falling off. And now, in rocket ship, you're going to launch yourself, but you're going to do that by pushing the ground away from you. Everything good posture. All right, fireflies. Shake that out. If you listen to your 5 counter table chair, wall, put one front foot in front of you. And you're going to lean into that front foot. So you have to adjust your leg here so you can feel a nice like pull on your calf, but you want to have that. You don't want to overdo it. You just want to, because it's the morning, right? We're not doing extreme stretching in the morning. You just want to feel a good like lengthening, and that's why I like to bounce a little instead of just going down. And try to keep your back leg straight. You may have to move it in. We're all different. We're all unique. And so we need to make little adjustments. So for our own anatomies. And leg. And this time, we take our weight from our butt leg and just put it more towards the middle. And we bend down, and here I want you to try and feel it in a different part of your calf. So you can feel it in the lower calf. Again, this is something you have to adjust so you feel it. Feel it. And as you come down each time, let's try and push the ground away from us. That is something that I want you guys to start now, because down, wait up, maybe not so way down the road. We're going to be using that in our dance technique, and you'll find it really, really helpful to keep your balance, to change your direction, all kinds of things. All right, so we switch legs now. We just forward and adjust your back leg as needed, but try to keep it straight. It's better to bring it in a little, keep it straight. It's very good after this. And stretch your back. Feeling good here. In, and we're going to go in the middle. Knees, so we feel it in that lower calf. Come back up. To shift our weight onto my legs, taking our square, shifting over. I'm sorry, I can't see your comments this morning. But let's hit that everyone. And so you want to shift your weight over with leg, stack it. And we're just gonna flap our foot where weight is not. So this foot is straight and flapped up and down. My other foot was kind of a little bit down this morning, so I aligned it up with some Moana socks. Favorites. And taking that same foot, which you want to move on to the front. So wiggle it from side to side. Holding on to something for balance here. Mine is imaginary. And put your foot down. Take that square, shifting it over. And so this leg is free. This leg can do whatever it wants once your weight stacked over this foot, flapping it up and down. And bring more front and then wiggle it. Ankles moving. And so whatever you're holding on to, it's not just for balance. You don't want to lean hard into it, but I want you to pull everything tight. Tummy goods, and you're gonna shift your weight forward. So I want you to feel like you're a straight board, and then you're just tilting over a little bit. So you feel your weight come off of your heels and shift more towards the balls of your feet. It's gonna bounce there. You want to free up your heels. So if you see, yeah, so you get that board is leaning forward. I'm exaggerating here. I exaggerate so it's a little bit easier to see. Then my heels have no weight on them or very little weight on them. So I can kind of raise and lower them. Just trying to get the blood flowing down. And the feet and the ankles for today's technique. I'm just holding on for balance. Or just in case. And come back, shifting your weight back to a normal position. All right, fireflies. We're doing at least one core sets. If you're new here, start with 2 and 3. Work up from there. But if you've been a while, we are doing 14. So we're just pulling everything tight. And it's gonna be like you're getting a big cramp in your middle. And as you come up, this middle part here, I want you to feel like that is getting longer and longer, like it's stretching out like taffy, like as you come up. And you can even get the feeling like you're trying to come, say you've got something right here, like you're trying to come over that. That's a good way to feel it too. Like you have to get over whatever hurdle it is there, lifting it up. All right, good for 14th fly. So tightening it up and lengthening as you come up. And 1, tightening, lengthening, go over something. And 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, and 10. And almost there. And 12. Let's 2. Keep lengthening fireflies. 13. 14. All right. Maybe not keep the sky. Relax this part here. This background here is just to go the other direction. Because if you start, so if you do something, if it's in one direction, it's very good to go back the other, shake it out, or just do more things. Then we're going to move to our dance technique. But I know you fireflies, you all got your stuff that you got to get on with. So taking feet a nice sturdy stance and standing forward. Now I want you to keep square off and then we're gonna pretend you have something heavy in this hand. These are a little bit soft. And put this hand drop forward towards the ground. So it's like in the middle. And then when you've reached to about, say, just a little knee bend, I want you to stay here, and then your hand is going to reach even further. So I'm lengthening from here. I'm staying, my body's taking place, which is my arms lengthening, like I want to grab something off the floor, grab whatever it is off the floor, and then I'm going to stand up. The feeling is coming from here. Feel that butterflies? So soft knees, and I'm going to let this shoulder sink forward, but everything else stays square. It's just the shoulder sinking forward towards the ground. Now I've reached my where I want to be. And now I'm going to take that arm and I'm going to stretch it from here down, like I want to grab something, like I need to stretch that much more to grab whatever it is that I want off the floor. And then pulling it up. I want you to try and feel your shoulder blades there and feel a little stretch there as we reach that last part down. And then use that shoulder blade to pull yourself back. Let's do one more on the side and then one to the other side. So stay nice and square. Just the one shoulder is going to drop towards the ground. Now reached your position here. Now you're just going to stretch that arm. Don't let this stop. The rest of this move, just your arm is stretching. Rubbing. Okay, have whatever you want. Keep that arm stretched. Pull it up on your shoulder blade. And let's move to the other side. So we're squared off. And then shoulders going to start to fall forward. Reach to position here. And it's towards the middle between the feet. And now you can give that extra stretch. Don't go to anything else. Just lengthen. You can lengthen from here, your whole arm. This side stays where it is. Whatever it is off the floor. And using your shoulder blade, shoulder to bring everything else stays in place. And down again, sinking down shoulder forward, knees are a little bit soft. And now comes the extra stretch, and this is moving. The floor. And it's going to be from the back of your shoulder. Pulling, 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 pulling. Back to position. And let's do one. So that shoulder is sinking forward. This one is staying straight. And here comes the last reach, or whatever it is off the floor. You've got it, feel very long here. And try to straighten up by the back of your shoulders, straighten it up. And we're back here again. All right, there, guys. Let's do one last one. Let's do one last thing. Just swing it a little bit from side to side. Try and swing, even if you have to keep it very small, try and swing from this area here. So you do have to tighten it up a little. It's kind of a free swing, but I want you to tighten a little bit in your core so that you are twisting in the right place. And there's no right place, we twist everywhere, but I know right. And here, tummy. And one last time. And so today we are going to, I want to do just a little bit weight shifting, different exercise this time that you haven't done before. And then we're just going to review our bachata steps, and then we're going to hop on very, very quick to the intermediate, and then I have to keep running. So taking that stance. So do you remember that feeling when we're straightening up your knees, we're pushing the ground away from us? I want you to give yourself a nice straight stance that can be maybe shoulders, maybe a little bit wider today. So your feet are facing forward, your knees are also facing forward. So you've got parallel legs, nice and parallel here. And I want you to recall that feeling of pushing the ground away, but I want you to have that feeling that you're trying to push something away from you. So pretend you're sitting down and you're trying to push something, or trying to push a heavy ball away from you. That's the feeling I want you to try and have here, is that even as you're bending your knees, getting smaller, that you're still pushing the ground away from you. And so you're very dense, you're very heavy, you're very sturdy. It's because this is what we call grounding. This is something that takes time to learn, so I want to start it now. So you don't want to be, there's other styles like ballet, where if you're above the ground, you're trying to be very light. But in this style, you want to be very earthy. You want to be close to the ground. You want to be dense. You want to be heavy, and this will help you in a lot of things in many styles. Because if we are if we're very grounded, if we are feeling that weight, that helps us keep our balance. Because we are feeling the floor, that helps us change direction quickly. So if we need to change direction, if you're not attached to the floor, it's very easy to wobble when you're changing direction. This keeps you sturdy, and you can make those changes. So yeah, the feeling of this does take a long time to learn. So we're gonna learn it quick, but still, dancing takes time. It's something you do have to work at and repeat a lot. So I just want you to feel that. Self a few breaths here, and feel that you're pushing that ground. I know it's kind of a peculiar feeling that you're going down, but pushing. Let's try to feel it. And we're going to come back to this quite a bit. So I'm going to start here. Today's exercise, and shake that a little, is we're just going to go from foot to foot. Again, try and feel. I would say like you're filled with wet sand. So it's really like to push yourself up would be hard. So we're going to shift our weight over onto one foot. Remember, we have our square here. We have our shoulders and our hips. So you want this to stay more or less parallel, but don't worry too much about this right now. Going over one leg, and then I want you to feel like this leg is going to throw your body onto this leg. So you're going to push into the ground and boom, shift it over here. And then this leg is going to push into the ground and throw your body over here. I don't want to come up very much. I really just want to kind of throw it from leg to leg, pushing the ground, throw, pushing the ground, throw, pushing the ground, throw, leg to leg, pushing the ground, throw, pushing the ground, throw, and throw, and throw, and throw, and throw, and throw, and throw. And shake it out a little bit. Do the same thing. We're gonna take one foot. We're gonna kind of turn it a little bit outwards. And the reason we're doing that is because we're gonna have it a little bit in front of our other foot. If your legs are parallel, it's gonna be much harder to balance. So what we do is we turn up one leg a little bit. Maybe let's do the back one today. So if I'm here, it's like I'm taking a big step. I'm gonna turn this back leg out. And what I want here is a nice sturdy stance. I don't want to feel like I'm wobbling. I want to put them in a position where and don't make it too big because we want to go from foot to foot. But I want to feel just really, really like I'm not going to lose my balance, like I'm feeling sturdy. And bend our knees and still trying to think about your square here. We're gonna shift onto the back leg. We're gonna take our square and we're gonna push the ground. So our back leg, is gonna throw our body to the front. The front leg, we throw to the back. Back, front, front, to the back. Remember, you're pressing to the ground. You're pushing the ground to throw your body. Pushing the body. And I'm not coming off the floor. I'm not even really lifting my heels. I'm just pushing the ground and throwing my weight from foot to and the other side. Let's change in between. So again, it's like taking a big step, or even a smaller step. Doesn't have to be very big. Taking this back leg and I'm rotating it outwards so that I have a nice sturdy stance here. You can move it out a little bit, but try not to move it too far out. I just want to feel like you're not going to lose your balance. You want to feel sturdy. And so there we bend both knees, pushing into the ground. So I'm going to have my weight on my back, try and keep the square. And then I'm going to push in the ground and through my body. Pushing the ground and through your body. Pushing the ground through your body. Pushing your body. Pushing your body. Feet are staying on the floor. This is just our body. One foot to the other. Pushing the ground. Drawing your body. Pushing back. All right, taking it out for fun. Now that exercise is again that's a weight shift exercise. Um, I really like to break things down. I like to do a lot of exercises that lead into a movement because I've been a lot of classes, and I did a lot of teachers. All are different, and but there's some people say, do this, but and some people can do it actually, but without an explanation. Me, especially coming from ballet into a completely different technique, the grounding was very different for me. So when they say, ground, be kind of lower. I needed that broken down. I needed it explained, and eventually I had to come up with my own kind of, how do you get there? How do you get from point A to point B? So the reason we're doing that is because we're taking a step, side by step, in, for example, in bachata, we can start with the left leg. So let's start with the left. Take a step to the left. When I take that step, I'm going to be pushing into the ground with my right leg, and I'm going to be taking all of my weight with me. So you remember how we threw our body from side to side? So when you throw that, all of your weight comes right over the leg you're stepping. So that's kind of the feeling we want here, is that stepping. You see how my weight goes with me? So I'm here. I've already got my weight towards my right leg, so my left leg is going to be free to step. If it's in the middle, it's hard to lift your leg. So you want to take your square, get it over your right foot, and then that right foot is going to push the ground away, and you're going to come right over to your left leg. You're throwing your body over there, but this time with your leg. Pushing the ground, and that is our. I'm going to try to take this comes everywhere. Throwing your body. And then you would bring in your foot here. So here you would just bring have your weight over your left. So your right is free to bring it in. And this happens quickly. That's why we're not going to do it when we're actually dancing. We're just going to do this slowly when we're exercising. From here, my weight is still on my left, so I want to get it to my right, so I can step on my left again, shifting that square, pushing down into the ground, and now I'm going to throw my body for this leg again. And since I'm going to tap, my weight stays right here. So just bring this foot in, and I'm going to tap it. And you can tap to the ground, or you can tap here. Later on, we're going to be exploring different ways to do that tap. And my weight is still over the left because I'm going to step back to the face. Pushing into the ground, my square's over my left, and throwing my body here. Everything comes right over that leg. See, I'm already squared with that leg. Stays here as I bring this one in. And now I will take that square, tiny shift, but it has to be over that left leg so I can move the right one. And then I'm going to dig into the ground. I'm going to push the ground away and throw my leg here and move my right. And since I'm going to tap, it stays right here. Tap. And let me move through back. So in Latin dance, we don't do a heel toe walk. We kind of walk like ice skaters. We're moving our weight right over our leg. There's no delay. So in the bachata, I'm moving my weight right with my step. See that, fireflies? Weight is coming right over. So there's no delay with taking steps, shifting the weight, coming over. I'm getting right over it. Yeah. That's why it's better to take little steps, especially at the beginning. But in general, this is a social dance, so if you do use it socially, you're gonna be surrounded by people. You're gonna be a little squashed, so you want to keep it small anyway. take that weight, put it over. And we're shifting it, putting it over. All right, there, flies. I just wanted to do another exercise for that. You know, we do a lot of these. We do the zombie walk, we do the ice skating, we do balances, all kinds of stuff, all for that weight shift because it's going to be super important later on as you do more complicated steps. If you have to, you know, turn on the foot, say you wanna turn and face the back. If you're in the middle, again, it's a little harder. You can also have your weight over one leg and turn. Oh, okay, so we're just gonna review our Java steps, and I always keep going longer than I need to. I have to a little bit for the intermediate one too. So these three steps today to start stepping with our left foot. Just learn the steps for now. If you're already know the steps, if you feel like they're going to be automatically, you can think about doing that weight shift, like you're throwing it over. Stepping left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left, left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left, left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left, left together, left tap, right, right together, right tap, left. And we did forward back step. So we did left, right, left, tap. Taking that same right leg to go back. Right, left, right, tap. So if you have got that and you have a little bit left over, then you can say, okay, my weight stays here when I tap because the foot that I tap is going to go the other direction. All right, left, right, tap, left, right, left, tap, right. Keep your step small. Right, tap, left, right, left, tap. If you saw it from the side, I'm doing the same thing here. My weight's going right with my feet. It is going with me. I'm not walking, I'm not shifting it. It's coming. Okay, and then we did step. Plus we did step. Tap, step, tap, step, tap. And it's the same thing. Weight is going right with my body. And then we added some arms. Step together, step, tap, right, right, together, left, left, together, tap, right, right, together, right, tap, right. Oh, I'm sorry, I was doing step taps. No, I was doing taps. Okay, yeah, I was thinking ahead because there's one more thing I just want to try today. And then we'll put music with it on Monday. So we come here and we're gonna step on our left, but this time we're just gonna be shifting our weight and right and left. And instead of bringing our leg in, we're just gonna lift the heel a little bit. That's gonna be our tap. And right and left and right, heel left. So as we're dancing here, instead of bringing our feet together, we're just going to be moving our square of the other leg. So left and right, and left, and tap, and right, and left, and right, and tap, and left, and right, and left, and tap, and right, and left, and right, and tap. See how my body's moving? Like I'm throwing it. Just like throwing it. Because this is something you can also do in a lot of these dances. Instead of stepping, you're moving from foot to foot. And just tapping your heel, take a little break. Even if you're doing with a partner, if my partner's in front of me, doing this. And if I'm following, and I'm following what my partner's doing, just tap. All right, my fireflies. Thank you so much for being here. Every time you think about it, roll those shoulders back and bring your chest up to the sky. Just keep in your memory that sensation of pushing to the ground and kind of throwing your weight. When I say throw, it's like a throw in slow motion to get to the other one. Get your whole body weight in the whole square. It's moving right over the leg you're standing on. All right, my fireflies. I'm sorry for the lateness and the shortness, but we will move on one day. Love coming out to all of you. Bye bye. I'll be right back for the intermediate.